Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Keystone Passport 189 RV travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, which leave plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, of course, leave room for your slide, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. Your power is going to plug in behind your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, again off campsite. And your docking station for water is going to be here in this front storage section. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply retract to lower, EXT to extend. Should you lose power, under this rubber stopper right here, you got this hand crank that will hook on there and get this up and down should you not have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts every now and then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Once you got your unit level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize it. The unit also comes with power stabilizing jacks. Now you do have a hand crank that has a slot in it, comes in your unit, that will manually override these as well here on the off campsite to get these up and down. Meantime, you've got yours in power. Just gonna touch extend. So these front ones look as though they're your rear stabilizing jacks. I'm gonna watch them from here. As I do, I'm gonna recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads will protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in summer. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack. Put them down on your feet right before they touch the ground. Run these down just until those are taut. Once it feels like it's going to start to lift the unit, I'll go ahead and extend the front ones. That's when you want to stop. Remember, our unit's already level. These are just there to stabilize it. Again, put your pads down. Run these down. Bam, unit's level and stable. You can hook up our power and water. Power cord, 30 feet of 30 amps. Those come in, the way these Furrions hook up now is they'll like plug in lined up at about 11 o'clock, turn it to your right to lock it in. Put your gray washer on. Now should you need to plug into a 110 somewhere, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 20 amp reducer. Got your power hooked up, hook up our water. At campsites, we are going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use it because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet, we have one more step. Just outside your docking station to your right is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, make sure drain plug's back on there. Get that on there nice and snug. Recommend plumber's tape. Before putting that on, putty will gum up, so use tape. Get that on there snug. Once it's on there, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. If your hose been on for a couple minutes, why don't you go inside and open up that slide, do whatever you need to do to get in and turn on your water taps. Open up all your water lines, get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, shut them off, come out here, lift up on this pressure release valve. If you get some water coming out of here, you know your hot water heater is getting full there, and then you can turn that on from indoors. So now let's say we're going to go camping, then we're not going to hook up at a campsite. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell when it's level or full. One, there's a overflow valve right here, or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on this when you're filling it. Don't leave it unattended. Once it is full, remove your hose, put this cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize your fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors, and I'll show you where that's at when we get indoors. All right, we're all set up with power and water, ready to camp. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through the rest of the unit. Continuing on this off camp side. Up front, that's just a area for a future charge controller. You've got your inverter there. Also in the docking station, cable and satellite hookups. That's for a rooftop antenna. You ever need to mount a satellite up there. Your leveling jacks, excuse me. You have an area here for a spray port. We can hook up a hose for hot and cold water. Again, our docking stations. Convenient area to go ahead and run all those water hoses down through so you can keep this closed. Again, our hot water heater over here. Up front, under our hot water heater area, fresh water drain, that blue one right there. On your slides, your slide seals here, you've got a spray to spray on these to add to the longevity of the life of these, keep them nice and pliable. Don't want them to dry rot over time. Again, our power connection. Underneath here is going to be our black and gray tanks. That's where we'll dump those. Talk about those when we leave the campsite. On the rear, you got a spare tire. I recommend you get a cover for it. No sense getting a spare tire that after time may get dry rotted, so get you a cover for that. Come around to the side here, we got our outdoor kitchen. Fridge up front, top, to access your griddle. Pull this all the way out. Come to the side, pull it out to this way. Back here, pull your hose down, and your quick connection for your LP is right up underneath there. Griddle. Turn it off. Make sure you tuck your LP hose back up underneath there before pushing this close. Access to water lines in there. A couple outdoor speakers. That is a vent for your microwave. Access to the back of your fridge. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when dumping our black and gray tanks. Another spot for you to clip on one of those hoses so you can spray over here. Say flue for your furnace. Two things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It gets hot. Show you something real quick on your awning. Hypothetically, it's raining. Your picnic table's down there. You want to adjust this awning. That'll tilt all your rainwater this way. You can do that from either end. It's a pitch adjust. We're all set up out here for a TV. A couple of 110s, cable and satellite. Underneath your steps here, you can look back in there and see your low point drains. We'll dump those when leaving the campsite. A big pass-through storage with your hitch work in there. Nice lighting in there for that. Your propane does come with a cover. A Zani regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using or put it in the middle. Lefty loosey to open those up. Coming over here is your battery disconnect. That'll disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Here you can plug in solar panels to trickle charge your batteries. And here a nice sanitary place for you to put your stinky slinky sewage hose. About covers everything out here. We'll take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up beside the unit. First thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. Up above that, to my left, is going to be a control panel. Up top here is where you'll see your brand new battery. Fresh black and gray tanks. Levels over here. Here's where you turn on your water heater hooked to gas. Your water heater hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Here you turn on that water pump to use that fresh water tank. Porch and ceiling lightings. This is our slide control. We'll utilize that when closing the unit up. On your awnings, you only want to run them out until you see that flap fall down and you can see your bar. If you hold that button down, it'll continue to run itself out and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. You don't have to straighten completely out, but make sure if you use the pitch adjust that you put it semi-straightened back out. It will straighten itself out as it comes in. My porch lighting is my LED. I'll shut that off. Alright, as that comes in, I'll tell you on your door that slam locks work best when gently slammed. This is a porch light. Over here is your sound system. Got Bluetooth, AM, FM. I don't know if we'll pick up anything here in this inside here, but dual zoned indoors and outdoors on your speakers. Try to get this to try to pick something up. There we go. So nice sound system there. Bluetooth compatible, auxiliary, USB ports, etc. Down here below this is 110 with GFCI reset. Coming in your kitchen, find your remote for your TV here. Before I look for that, show your microwave working. You do have a light and a fan above your cooktop. This glass top makes a nice backsplash. Put that up like so. Turn this to light. Turn your spark. I'll show you all these burners working. Panel light or oven. It's because your gas just shut off. Panel light or oven light. Same thing on the oven. Turn that to the light here. Hit your spark down here. Then turn it to the desired temperature. You'll see it light up underneath there. Dometic fridge controls are up top. Turn that on here. Got that on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. Lift that up, you're running on gas. If this light comes on, check your gas. Generally keep that on auto. Find that remote real quick. Alright, red button turns it on. So you do have a safety strap. Strap that in for travel as well. Another strap will come around the back. When you get to your campsites, run a digital channel scan to be able to pick up your local channels. Coming back here into our bathroom real quick. Just want to mention another 110 here. Plumbing access panel is right here. Shower, you do have a hand crank open power vent here as well. Shower door, have that locked all the way back for travel. We'll lock up here as well. Access to your water lines are there. In the hallway, up top is your smoke alarm. Turn our AC on real quick. Did you hear that? Show you a quick dump on that. That's getting chilly in here quick. Shut that off. Generally the AC, there it goes, shuts off quickly on these. Now I'm going to go pass the AC to your furnace. Furnace kick on. Look at that. Generally, when you shut your furnace off, those fans will take a few minutes to cycle through before they shut off compared to the AC up top. Down below here is going to be your breaker box enthusiasts. Ton of 15s and a couple of 40s in there. Highly recommend you have some of those with you when you go camping. Around the corner on the floor is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volts, always running off your battery. So if you are up boondocking, dry camping somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, you're going to be gone for the day, use that battery disconnect up there on the tongue to keep this and run your battery down while you're gone. A couple of USBs, 110s. Storage, you've got the what I call parachute pull recliners. Pull on the parachute pull, and there's your recliner. Got a slot here that this TV will slide down into. Very easy setup, but I will show you anyway. Attempt to accomplish this with one hand, should be all right. And there's your table. Sets up, takes down pretty quick and easy. Looks like you got a little strap over here to hold this against the wall here for you. This you'll want to lift straight up. You don't, I just want to remind you, just show you real quick what you don't want to do. You don't want to pull this towards you. That'll weaken it from here. So lift that straight up. On your Murphy bed. We're just going to jackknife this front part down. Come up top. Unlock our latches. Turn this light on here. Set this down. And down comes the mattress. There's our bed. Turn it. Stand your mattress up one-handed. Lift this back up. Set our locks back in. Pretty easy setup. Jackknife this back up. You have to pull forward on this as you do. The storage underneath there and drawers. And that about covers everything in here. So act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by shutting off my ceiling lights, because then I can see any other lighting that I need to shut off. Would be accent lightings, as well as this bathroom. Be sure my shower door is closed, my vent is closed. When I say doors and drawers, that means make sure any of these doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede this slide from coming in. I've got our mattress up. Come over to our control panel here and hit glide room in. I'll leave that light on over there for you so you can watch this come in. Emergency escape windows behind your recliners there. Lift up on them red tabs. That's in. Go ahead and get all my accent lights. And exit the unit. Steps will fold in pretty easy. If we are boondocking, we're going to get up underneath the front here and open up that blue freshwater tank. Bring up our stabilizing jacks. hit and retract. Hook up our hitch and head on to the closest dump station or on home, whatever you're in need of if you're boondocking. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Bring up your stabilizing jacks here. Remind you to park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right behind your tires on your off camp side. Got 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up. First thing we're going to pull is that black handle on the right. Once that looks like it's empty, no longer draining, we're going to come on over to our black tank flush. Leave that handle open. Hook up the hose at the dump station and let that go for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash out your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all the check your panel inside. Make sure all that washout water that you put in there has drained. When it has, go ahead and close your black tank. Pull your gray tank. While that's draining, come on around here. Get right up in here and open up our freshwater drains. I mean our low point drains. If we're done camping for the year, now come around to your hot water heater here. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, it's going to drain a lot of hot water out of there. When that's done, push that back down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull this drain plug. Come on back around. Oh, excuse me, back to the gray tank. When that gray's done, remove that hose, and again, conveniently and sanitarily, store your sewage hose right up here in that hose area. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Passport for many years to come. Happy camping.